After spending a beautiful week in Langkawi, we flew to Malaysia's capital city, Kuala Lumpur. We only had 2 days to spend here in the city, so we decided just to walk around and to see how the vibe is. And of course, eat a lot of good food. Okay, like probably everyone, we love 7-Elevens. They always save us. So we just got some more coffee and a bun for like €2.50. So now let's go to the Chinatown.
On our way to Chinatown, we stopped by a shopping mall to get advantage of the air conditioning and to have some breakfast and to cool our body down a little bit. Since we were in Kuala Lumpur during the month of Lunar New Year, the whole shopping center is heavily decorated with Chinese festive items, which was really nice. We found a nice cafe inside and tried some toasts with butter and kaya.
So we have just ordered a toast with peanut butter and kaya. This is this green thing here. It's apparently made from coconut. Let's see. It was very good, but for my taste, it was maybe a bit too sweet. So afterwards we're gonna go to the Chinatown, see how it's gonna be there. But so far it is a very beautiful big city. Of course you have a little bit of smog, but the streets are very clean. Everything is very well maintained, and you can feel like you're in the city of a country that is rising in the development. So we have been walking through Kuala Lumpur now for around 20 to 30 minutes on our way to Chinatown. And what we experienced is that the city is very walkable. So there's lots of place for pedestrians to actually cross the street.
Also pretty quiet, for being the capital city.
Maybe it's also because it's very hot in the middle of the day, so most of the people are inside. But it's also not so hot because I think it's gonna rain very soon. Yesterday there was a big storm and the rain happening at night, so it's very dark already, as you can see here. Very interesting, my impressions of Malaysia so far. And what I think is the most beautiful part is that you can see everywhere people from various different cultures co-living. So we went to the supermarket and there was like a store that was selling Syrian cheese next to Chinese buns, and no one looks at you twice. It's like everything is accepted. And this is something that I have not experienced like this before in any other country. That you can be whoever you are. I think that's beautiful. Finally, we reached the Petaling Street. The atmosphere here is very lively and chaotic, but still comfortable to walk around though, unlike some other Chinatowns we've been to before.
Chinese rice cake. This is not only available during Chinese New Year. This is special flavor.
We both love all kind of noodle soups, so when we saw this popular Lanzhou style hand-pulled ramen place here in Chinatown, we just could not resist. To start, we got some fried dumplings, which were very tasty and had a nice balance between meat and vegetables inside. Then we got the star of the meal, hand-pulled beef ramen. We just love the texture of these handmade noodles. It's hard to describe the satisfaction that they could deliver with the perfect combination of chewiness and tenderness. And of course, the broth was also amazing. And if you put some spicy sauce, then you come to the perfection. Ooh, and you know, the best part is that they provide refills for noodles, free of charge. So of course we had to get another portion. After the dumplings and 2 bowls of ramen, we got some chive and egg pancakes. This is an all-time favorite of ours. They were freshly made and you could easily tell that the chefs have been doing those pan-fried pies for a long time. They were perfectly crispy outside and extremely juicy inside.
After this very satisfying meal, we continued to explore the city, but before moving on, we had to try some sweets called tofu flowers. They were silky soft and very smooth, but the flavor wasn't that interesting. It tasted just like tofu and sugar. Foka was a little bit disappointed.
Tofu pudding. Yeah, I expected a bit more of it.
As we walked toward the Clone River, we started to hear some interesting music going on. So of course we followed the music and found out there was a nice festival happening. We enjoyed watching some really cool dance performances and live music.
I especially loved the different cultures that you could see. This young woman who was playing the music was just incredible. I was just standing there for like 3-4 songs listening to her because her voice was very, very beautiful.
Afterwards, we continued exploring the area.
The project, River of Life, is a nice example of how cities could become cleaner and more attractive. Located near the oldest mosque in the city, Masjid Jamek Sultan Abdul Samad, sorry for my pronunciation, it is a convergence point of 2 rivers, the Klang River and the Gombak River. In the past, this place was once muddy, murky and filthy. But the Malaysian government then initiated the River of Life project to transform the polluted Klang River into a thriving and lively waterfront with commercial value. It was just so beautiful to walk around there and to wander around.
Let's go. It's true. Look how they shine for you.
After a long day walking around the city, we enjoyed some beautiful city views from the rooftop of our Airbnb, where we could see the impressive Petronas Towers shining from the distance. Later at night, with very comfortable temperatures, we decided to explore a little bit our neighborhood. Interestingly, there was a fresh produce market at nighttime, which in other countries we would only find them during the morning hours. Then we found this local restaurant serving nasi lemak, which is a very popular Malaysian dish consisting of fragrant rice cooked in coconut milk and pandan leaf. It's typically served with a side of sambal, eggs and anchovies. In this place, they serve it also with a lot of other interesting side dishes. We choose chicken curry and beef rendang, and oh, they were amazing.
Oh yeah, it was really delicious. Afterwards, we tried some sweets called putu repeating. They are round-shaped, steamed rice flour mixed with shredded coconut and filled with palm sugar, which are commonly found in Malaysia and Singapore. We were amazed by the technique and dedication of the making of these little treats, and they were very tasty.
The next day, we only had a few hours before heading to the airport, so we went to a restaurant located not far from our accommodation. And guess what? We went for more hand-pulled ramen.
Of course, we know that this is not Malaysian food, but sometimes we just take advantage of being in a capital city to go for international food. And especially here in Malaysia, you can find so good Chinese food. So sorry, Malaysian people, we promise to come back and eat a lot of more of your food. Okay?
I know, we are kind of addicted to this stuff, and I wish we had more stomachs so we could have one more beef rendang before flying.
Unfortunately, we didn't plan much more time for Malaysia on this trip because we are meeting my brother and his girlfriend, Nora, soon in another exciting destination. Although our stay in this country was brief, we still enjoyed it every single day here, and we felt very welcomed all the time. We especially loved the friendliness of the Malaysian people and the relaxed vibe that you can find here. So Malaysia definitely stays on the top of our list for our next trip to Asia, but as for now, we are heading eastwards to a very interesting country in Southeast Asia, especially for Spanish speakers. So stay tuned, thanks for watching, and see you the next week. And if you have any food recommendation for our next trip here in Malaysia, please put it down in the comments and we will put it on our list. Thank you!